Ready. Play.
Hello and well, welcome to I'm live from Surbiton here as the sun starts to set on a great day for British tennis, certainly with the 3 wins for both Katie's and also Andy Murray, and currently we've got Ronaldo versus Diallo taking place on centre court as the last match, as people are milling around getting something to drink and whatnot. Of course, I'm here with Jamie. Just trying to make sure he doesn't end up getting blinded by the bit of the sun as it's low in the sky there. So Jamie, how did you we'll go in like what's probably freshest in our mind. What did you think of Andy Murray in that 3-set win against Dennis Kubler?
Yeah, I thought he started the match off well, getting the early break, but then it was I think he kind of, yeah, I guess similar to maybe his match in the previous round. He had a bit of a wobble, and then Kubler's forehand really sort of started firing. He levelled the match up, and then I thought it was more. I think Kubler's level just sort of dropped off a bit as well.
Yeah.
But I did think Andy did well to sort of stay with Kubler as well, because Kubler was playing well into the second set, start of the third. Yeah. So I think if I was Andy, I'd be sort of satisfied, I think, and happy to come through, especially after losing the first set. Kubler, of course, did really well at Wimbledon, didn't he, last year? So he's got some grass court pedigree.
He does. He's got, like I said, 4th round of Wimbledon last year. Had a good run at Newport literally the week straight after Wimbledon. Certainly, I mean, I would say Murray looked a little bit lethargic probably in that first set. Was quite lucky to go, go up an early break. But it seemed to be a case, at least what I noticed, was that one side of the court favoured Murray much more than the other. I don't know if it was the people behind or something to do with the wind, because the wind has been playing up all week, really. But certainly, Murray's good to get through that. He'll now play the defending champion, Jordan Thompson, tomorrow. You probably on third on as usual for Jordan. It's unfortunate really, he is the defending champion. He's barely got time to actually go on centre court. But there's been so much British success though, or British players playing, that's sort of stopped that there. But then going back down, of course, we've got both Katie's and a real big bit of success for British tennis really, was that both Katie Swan earlier in the day defeated the top seed Tatiana Maria in 3 sets in a very tight match. It was to and fro from pretty much set 1 throughout that one there. What did you make? Did you get a chance to catch any of Katie Swan's match?
I didn't catch any of it, unfortunately, but you were there, weren't you? I mean, what a win that is against. I saw Tatiana Maria early on in the week, and I mean, she's obviously a grass court, real grass court sort of specialist, I guess, isn't she? And her game sort of suits the grass. But yeah, what did you make of that? How did Katie play?
I think Katie played really exceptionally well at points. Tatiana Maria has a habit, especially in the match, especially in the matches, we're trying to make sure that we don't end up getting too much lactic acid in our hands here. Tatiana Maria has a habit in matches to, certainly on grass courts, to slice the ball a lot, and that really frustrated Katie a lot during especially the first set, where Tatiana constantly slicing it back, the ball staying so low as it does on the grass court, that it forced Katie into having to really apply the power, and then that led to a lot of either hitting the net or going long or wide. That happened quite a lot. In the second and first set though, Katie calmed herself down, became a lot more patient, played into the fact that Tatiana was going to do that, was able to find her forehand much more, which helped her a lot, and that's then helped her to be able to get the breaks. And you could tell that it was really frustrating Tatiana, who was screaming at the crowd near the end. I think some nerves got to her quite a fair bit in that third set. She was twice during that match. She was all break up, and then she got broken straight back in the next service game, but was able to at least keep her composure and get it done. Something that was a little bit less stressful was Katie Boulter, going to the other Katie, who won in straight sets against Globjevic, who is a very good grass courter as well.
Lovely backhand as well.
Very lovely backhand. In a single-handed backhand. If you've got a backhand list, you'll certainly want to look at Globjevic's backhand. That was straight sets. I think throughout that match, I'll go on to you after a bit, but certainly Katie Boulter controlled that match a lot in places. A couple of wobbles here or there, but nothing really much to speak of, as she was able to sort of see it through quite comfortably, in my opinion.
Amazing, yeah. It's really great success for the British women. As you say, 3 out of the 4 semi-finalists are British, and I think I saw a stat earlier that I think since 1998. Apparently, I think there've only been 3 British women in the semi-finals of this tournament, and that's what 3 in 25 years, and now we've had 3 in 1 week, which is amazing. And so and I guess so we've obviously got Boulter, but we've got Swan,
and we also it was unfortunate really that the run had to come to an end on this court right here. But the 16-year-old, slightly new wonder kid, you could probably call her, Isabel Lacey, who qualified for this tournament as a 16-year-old and managed to beat Madison Brengle in the first round. Somebody ranked something like 800 places above her. She unfortunately fell to her British compatriot Lily Murazaki in straight sets. Unfortunately, it was 6-3 in the first set, which was at least competitive, and then split 6-love. Unfortunately, in the second. You were here, weren't you, for that match?
I caught the end of that one. Yeah, I think from it was a close first set, as you say. I think from what I saw, Lacey kind of looked a bit underpowered, I guess, maybe compared to sort of Miyazaki, and yeah, it was a bit of a procession actually in the second set. It was 6-love, but I mean, great experience for her, right? 16 years old, kind of coming so far, and we spoke to her actually afterwards, and she wasn't too downbeat actually. I think she was just kind of really happy and excited with her sort of experience this week. I mean, she was already able to put it in perspective.
Yeah. I mean, being able to get to a quarter-final of a W100 at 16 years of age is no mean feat whatsoever. I mean, a lot of other British girls who are older than her are currently playing juniors at Roland Garros. Were playing juniors, and unfortunately all got knocked out. But from a British perspective, not so happy. But especially there's potential of a slight. Hasten to use this word, golden age for British young girls that are coming through at the moment, especially with Hannah Klungman, who's another big name that has been touted in the British circles. That certainly we could be seeing in a time where we've had Dan Evans question how well certainly British tennis is doing in terms of from the women's standpoint. It may be a case of give it 5 years and we could be looking at a completely different picture, but only time will tell, certainly on that one there. To make sure that it isn't too British focused, as we know have a good international audience. Other matches that are being completed today. So we had Jordan Thompson versus, I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, Reggie Hijikata. Yeah. Jordan Thompson.
All Aussie affair.
All Aussie affair. And did you watch any of it?
No, I didn't see that one, unfortunately. People are probably thinking, what did I watch? I watched Lestienne against Zizou Bergs.
Oh, good. Yeah. We'll go over to that one. What happened with Zizou?
Yeah, that was a good one. I mean, I think it was a close first set, went to a tie break, and then Lestienne was sort of displaying his usual kind of variety through a couple of underarm serves in as well, which was interesting. But he was kind of very again. I think it happened the same thing the other day. He was kind of quite annoyed with the tournament in terms of when people walk behind the courts, it can be quite noisy.
Yeah.
But I mean, in fairness, I think. Yeah, he's kind of been quite vocal about that, and I think that was kind of getting him again today. Yeah. And Zizou Bergs, when I spoke to him after the match, he was saying that it was quite difficult to keep his focus with sort of Lestienne, becoming quite visibly frustrated. Yeah. But Zizou Bergs, fair play to him, he did well to keep his nerve. And he's got quite a big game as well. And,
he is. I think a lot of people in the Belgium tennis circles certainly see him as somebody who should be certainly going to the deep top 50 in the world,
right?
And sort of replacing David Goffin as their sort of person to be watching and to have at the top of at least the Belgian game. Yeah. It's a shame that Zizou's have been hit with a lot of injuries over the past couple of years or so, because I know that him and Jack Draper were in a similar sort of category, and they actually played each other at Wimbledon last year. It was with Jack coming out on top on that one. But so you've got Zizou through on there, Lestienne having a bit of a fit, and Jordan Thompson, the defending champion, through. And as we've got a few things in doubles. I believe it was I've forgotten the pairing. It was the fourth seeds won out in the women's double for the title there, beating Barnett and Nichols. I've forgotten the people they were playing against. Who was it?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
We'll look that up. Don't worry. We'll look that up.
Comments for you.
We'll put it in the comments on that one. And then unfortunately, the defending champions Patton and Cash had to withdraw earlier today, and that gave a walkthrough to Liam Brodie and Johnny O'Mara.
Yeah. And where do you see the titles going to games on the women's and men's side? Who do you see
Good
coming out
question.
on top by the end of the weekend?
Looking at the performances, I think we're going to have a battle of the Katies on Sunday. I think we're going to have Boulter versus Swan.
Yeah.
And I suspect Boulter's going to win that match. And then in the men's, I can't bet against Andy Murray. You can't, especially given the field. But I think we'll have Andy Murray versus Zizou Bergs, and I think it'll be a 3-set match, and I think Murray will win it in the end.
Okay, so you've got Zizou Bergs is he could play Diallo or Woodley. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. No, I think I agree. You can't really bet against Andy, can you? I mean, obviously lost in the semis last year, but yeah, I think I'll go with him. He seems to be. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to ask him actually in terms of what he thinks is different between now and this year and last year, but he does seem a bit more confident, doesn't he? Yeah, I'll go Andy. And on the women's side, I think Wickmayer could potentially spoil the British party, potentially. I think, yeah, I think she might make the final, Wickmayer. But yeah, we shall see.
See on that one. And I think that sort of comes to the end of this little segment here from the first few days here at the Surbiton Racket and Fitness Club, and which of course marks the start of the grass court season, with plenty more grass court events coming up. Both in the UK, in Germany, and all over Europe before leading up to the big one, which is Wimbledon. And I think the main thing really to pop out from here is that, you know, challenger matches, challenger tournaments, you know, W100, W80 tournaments can be just as exciting and just as you know, enthralling as sort of those main court events. So do make sure that if you ever live near a challenger or live near one of these W100 or 80 or 60 events, do go to them, because it's great to support them. This is where you see the future talent. This is where you get to see a lot of your homegrown talent take place, and it's a brilliant day out.
Exactly. You've got so much access to the players here as well. You're so close to them. It feels amazing. For sure. And just to let you guys know as well, we're going to be in Birmingham in a couple of weeks' time on Talking Tennis. We've got myself and Nick have got press passes there. And just a shout out to the channel as well, and to John. There is a grass court tournament in Mallorca as well that we're quite keen to attend. So let's see what happens with that one.
Yeah, please do. And remember, keep on watching for cool grass court and general tennis stuff.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.